Welcome back to The Distressed Princess. I'm Rhonda. Thank you to NetView for sponsoring today's video. More on the Birdfy Camera Bird Feeder later, but first, the first DIY. Today's DIYs are going to be all for our fine feathered friends. This is a laundry basket full of miscellaneous dishes and vases and things that I picked up at the Goodwill store, and I'm going to build some outdoor things for our bird friends. So this is what I'm building, a fountain bird bath. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like in the end, and now I will show you how to build it. First, let's talk about glue. Now, my first thought was E6000, but after researching, I learned that 100% silicone is better for weatherproofing your outdoor projects, and it's not supposed to fall apart in really high heat. Next, you'll need some gloves because I'm not sure how well that silicone does on skin, and a dirty old dish rag. Now let's talk about the components. So when you go thrifting for these pieces, you're looking for something tall on the bottom like a vase, and then you'll need some bowls, maybe some plates, and when you're in the thrift store, try to put them together without breaking them to see if they will stack well. And for this first bird bath, I'm going to do it in stages because some pieces you want to make sure are completely stable before you add them to your bird bath. So I'm starting with these two glass light fixtures that were only $1 a piece at Goodwill, and I'm going to fit them together like a ball. And so the silicone is really easy to work with. Just squeeze it out of the tube like toothpaste. And this is why it's 5-minute DIYs, guys, because it only takes 5 minutes to put these things together. The only thing is the wait time. It takes 24 hours for the glue or the silicone to cure enough for water to be water resistant. However, it is good enough cured to move after only 12 hours. So this is what the old dirty rag is for wiping away any excess of that silicone that gets where you don't want it, or when it seeps out the edges. I'm going to also run that dish rag around so that it looks nice and clean. So any pieces that have to fit together like this, you want to do ahead of time and let them set to dry. I decided to build this one outside because it's going to be a taller bird bath, and I didn't want my little furry indoor pets rubbing up against it and knocking it over. So I'm on my back deck. I have all my components here. I'm going to put my gloves back on because I'm working with that silicone, and I'm going to start assembling. Now I think it's a good idea to start with some sort of a bowl for a base so that it will not easily topple over. So I'm using this bowl upside down and this clear vase, and I'm going to attach both of them with the silicone. Just make sure when you're assembling that you're getting everything as centered as possible so that your bird bath will stay level. Next up is the glass ball that I made, and so I'm running the silicone around the top edge of the vase, and then I'm going to put the glass ball on top. So like I said, when you're thrifting for these pieces, it's a great idea to try them out in the store to see if they're going to stack well together. So I already knew that all of these pieces were going to do well stacked. Next up is a really pretty crackle glass bowl vase that was at the Goodwill for I think $3. Altogether, the pieces for this bird bath was much less than $20. So here comes the bowl that is going to sit on top, and I had to look at all directions and angles to make sure that this got centered correctly. And the last piece was this cake plate dome that I inverted and put on top that's going to hold the water. I wanted my bird baths to have a fountain. This is optional. So I went on Amazon and I found this solar fountain that works really well. I think it's $12.99 with, right now it has like a $1 coupon. I will link it in my description box. And here is how it all turned out. Now let's talk about the exciting Birdfy bird feeder that has the built-in camera. It arrives in a box like this. It's very well packaged, and you can see on the side of the box everything that it's supposed to do. This thing really is amazing. It identifies the birds if you get the AI feature. So there are two different kinds. There's the Birdfy Lite and the Birdfy AI, and the only difference between the two is that the second one, the AI, has the feature that will identify the birds. So it's up to you what all you want to get with your Birdfy bird feeder, but they sent me one with the AI, so I'm really excited about that. They also sent me one that comes with a solar panel, so it is powered by either a battery or a solar panel. And with the solar panel, of course, you don't have to worry about battery life. There is, of course, an app that connects to your phone that gives you notifications when you have a bird at your feeder, and you can watch your camera live. It is really so cool. And this is all really easy to download and install on your phone, easy to use. This makes a perfect Father's Day gift. There are multiple ways that you can install the feeder. It could go on a shepherd's hook, it can go on a tree, it can go on a deck, but we put ours on a tree with some screws and with the Velcro strap that comes attached. So you can see how it's powered with the solar panel. We put the solar panel on the back side of the tree away from the house, and we put the bird feeder on the front side of the tree so it's easier for us to see. It also runs off of Wi-Fi, so you want to make sure that you place it within your Wi-Fi range. It is really easy to fill the feeder. You just open up the top like this and fill it with your favorite bird seed. I think it's a pretty looking bird feeder. I am so happy that they sent me the blue one, but they also have it in yellow. I'll tell you a little bit more about some of the accessories here in just a minute. But now all we have to do is wait for our little feathered friends to find the feeder. It only took one day for the birds to find my feeder, and my very first visitor was a sweet little blue bird. This is actual footage of the bird on the feeder. You can see that the video is really nice quality, and there's also sound with it, so you can hear the little birds chirping around. Some other birds that have already visited our feeder are cardinals. This is a really brightly colored male cardinal. And this one is a female cardinal. She has a really pretty mohawk on her head, but she's not as brightly colored as the males. And this one is a little fat chickadee. And we've had lots of little sparrows and finches. So here's a look at the notifications that you get on your phone that tells you that there's been motion detected and the camera has turned on and recorded. You can set it to record for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and there might be some other options. And so, of course, I get a lot of motion detected when my geese and my ducks decide to roam across the yard. So you click on the notification that you want to see, and it will play the video clip that it recorded. You're also able to save these clips to your phone and share them with your friends. If you get the AI feature on your feeder, it will also show up the AI pics in the bottom, and you can click on that button and it will tell you what kind of bird is at your feeder. So here it says northern cardinal, and you can also click on those words and it will take you to Wikipedia to tell you more about the bird. And I think this is absolutely great. It's helping me to identify birds that I didn't know were in my yard. And this is what the notification looks like when it comes across the home screen on your phone. It comes in two colors, blue and yellow, and there's all kinds of accessories that you can opt to purchase to make your bird watching even better. There's a link in my description box. Use this coupon code to get 10% off your order. And don't forget that Father's Day is just around the corner and that this makes a perfect gift. So thanks again to NetView for sponsoring today's video, and now back to the DIYs. The next 5-minute craft is another bird bath, but it's a smaller version. These are also pieces that I picked up at the Goodwill store, and I'm going to stack them up just like what you're going to see me do here. I'm going to use the same silicone to attach them all together. And update on the silicone, I have had the other one put together for several days now. It has been hot at my house, it has rained at my house, and it's all still holding great. So believe me when I say I did my research in figuring out what kind of adhesive to use to put these together, and everyone said silicone was the way to go. So skip the E6000 on these projects and go and get you some of this silicone. It is a little bit more expensive, but well worth it when you're building these bird baths. I put another fountain in this one, and these are adjustable as to how much water that they're putting out like this, but it encourages you to refresh the water every couple of days so they're clean for your birds. And the last 5-minute DIY is not a bird bath, but it's still something for our little feathered friends. This is a little colander with a plate that goes underneath it that I picked up at Goodwill, and it could be made into a feeder. It would be perfect for that. But since I already have the Birdfy feeder, I thought I would turn this into a little nesting bowl. So I'm going to use that same silicone to glue the two pieces together. Then after it has cured for 24 hours, I'm going to attach some twine and a metal ring that I've had laying around my house. And that's how it's going to hang from the tree branch. You could also use one of the hanging basket chains from the Dollar Tree, which I went to buy, but they didn't have any. So this is option 2 for me. The twine, though, it works perfectly. Just tie one piece to each of the handles and then tie each piece to you could use a binder ring or any kind of ring that you have laying around. A shower curtain ring would work as well. Tie both pieces to that. And then for extra security, I did use a little bit of Starbond glue, which is like a super glue, and I put a little dab of it on each one of the knots that I tied to make sure that they don't come undone. Because my hope is that the little birds will decide to make a nest in this bowl, and I think it would be so cute to go outside and find some little nest of birds' eggs in this dish, and I want to make sure that it's not going to fall out of the tree. I always wind up getting this kind of glue on my fingers, like super glue products and this kind of glue. Oh, and how I dearly hate that feeling, but you can use cooking spray to help remove it. Don't forget to check out the link in my description box along with the coupon code to get your own Birdfy Camera Bird Feeder. And I hope you try some of these projects because I had a blast making these for myself, and I think you will too. If you want to see more crafty fun, click the link that I've provided for you right here, and I will see you next time. Bye!